September 15th, 1942 is the day a young Gaspésian fisherman found himself caught in the middle of a battle. Guy St. Croix was 17 years old. He says it was a beautiful sunny day with calm seas. He and other fishermen were watching a convoy of about 30 merchant ships making their way out to sea.
Il y a un pêcheur qui crie, ça sera le temps de savoir s'il y a des sous-marins dans le golfe. Il n'a pas fini de dire ça. Le premier bateau explose.
It was well known there were German U-boats in the St. Lawrence. About a week earlier, 3 other merchant ships were torpedoed.
We imagine all the people fighting across the Atlantic on the other side in Europe, but we actually had fights here in Quebec, I mean in Gaspé Peninsula and in the St. Lawrence. Grenades, underwater grenades were exploding and ships were sunk by U-boats.
Eric Faneuf is part of a team that went looking through archives to find the shipwrecks. And when they didn't find them on the sea floor where they were supposed to be, they turned to Guy St. Croix for help.
He told us that the boat was split in two after the explosion. And we all looked at each other and said, well, you know, it's not written in the archives. We don't have this information. And when we found the Inkster Elizabeth at the bottom, it was actually split in two. So yeah, he was right. He was the one right, not the primary sources that forgot to mention this little bit of information.
After he watched the ship sink, the convoy changed direction, and Faneuf says St. Croix found himself in the middle of the action.
So he was in the water, getting his fishnet out of the water. The convoy was going, you know, straight on him, so he was surrounded by the boats. They were throwing in the water underwater grenades.
Le remous de ça, ça montait en l'air à peu près une trentaine de pieds de hauteur. Puis là, ben, c'était pas loin de nous autres. Puis là, ben, on avait peur.
He lived the Battle of the Atlantic.
Faneuf says it's important to record the memories of locals like Guy St. Croix because who knows how much longer they'll be around to share them. And knowing where those 5 wrecks are makes it easier to remember the 14 people who went down with the ships. Marika Wheeler, CBC News, Quebec City.